How's it going, everybody? Wayne here. So as we get to the end of the N64 Complete in Box quest, I'm looking at the games I have left on the shelf, and I'm just like, man, another sports game. One thing we know is the N64 has a ton of games in the library. And to my surprise, a lot of those sports games have been pretty good, but a lot suck. So every time I come across a sports game, I'm just like, man, not another sports game. Being that I already have all the games on the N64, I've tried to space the sports games out and mix them in with other episodes, but man, there are so many sports games on the system. On a positive note, we do have a bunch of games that aren't sports games, so that's a plus. For today, we have 8 more games that we'll be adding to the collection. Let's check them out. And the first game we have up is Knife Edge Nose Gunner. Knife Edge was developed and published by Kimco, releasing for the N64 in 1998. Knife Edge is a first-person rail shooter. As soon as you start playing, you're immediately disappointed that you don't control the ship. Your job is in the title of the game, Nose Gunner. All you do is line up crosshairs and shoot at enemies. To make matters worse, the computer flies the ship extremely jerky. This makes enemies pop out of nowhere or move way too fast across the screen to hit them. The computer also gets extremely close to enemies and gets in all kinds of awkward positions. What's going on here? The only control you have besides the weapons is a slight thruster where you can move a few inches left, right, up, or down to avoid enemy fire by using the C buttons. For the most part, you're traveling quickly through canyons and cities, so the visuals are blurry and bland. Enemies will pop out of the fog to attack you. However, I will say the bosses are well detailed and very awesome looking. The bosses are where Knife Edge gets its cool points. The music in the game is some techno tracks, which are okay. The sound of the ship is realistic sounding and pretty neat as well. The ship is also detailed looking with lots of weapons attached to it. So why do you only get to use a gun and a missile? You should be able to use all types of weapons. The game is pretty short with only 6 levels. I made it about halfway through this game in this short review. One thing the game does offer is different paths you can take in each stage, but it doesn't add a lot to the replayability. Overall, Knife Edge is disappointing because you can't really control the ship. The bosses are the coolest thing about the game with their excellent detail and visuals, but I don't know if that's enough to warrant picking this game up. Knife Edge Nose Gunner is game number 272 for the collection, and this is another game I pieced together. The box cost me $19, the manual cost me $10, and the cart cost me $8, bringing our total up to $12,713 for the N64 Complete in Box quest. And the next game up is 007 The World Is Not Enough. 007 The World Is Not Enough was developed by Eurocom and published by EA Games. It released for the console in 2000. The World Is Not Enough is a first-person shooter. The first time I ever played this game was for this review. I always viewed it as a cheap knockoff of GoldenEye 007. I was wrong. This game is excellent. The story lines up with the movies for starters. The visuals are great, and there isn't any fog in the game. Everything looks crisp. The sound in the game is excellent as well. The music is excellent, the weapon and sound effects are good, as well as the voiceovers. Now for the gameplay. Before each mission you are given objectives and briefings from other agents. You can change the difficulty before you start each mission. This gives you an opportunity to warm up to the controls. Each mission is full of objectives that are fun to accomplish. To make things better, you have a whole host of weapons and gadgets in your watch that are very entertaining. There are plenty of cutscenes which are well executed and plenty of hidden surprises you can find hidden throughout the levels. The controls are good, but one awkward thing about them is having to use the D-pad to move the weapon up and down. You have to reposition your hand on the controller, which doesn't feel natural with the design of the controls. That's only a small complaint though. If you're a fan of GoldenEye 007 or Perfect Dark, or even a fan of first-person shooters at all, I recommend picking up a copy of 007 The World Is Not Enough. 007 The World Is Not Enough is game number 273 for the collection, and the cart cost me $9. I already had the box and manual. And that brings our total up to $12,722 for the N64 Complete in Box quest. Next up on the list is Dual Heroes. Dual Heroes was developed by Produce and published by Hudson Soft. It released for the N64 in 1998. Dual Heroes is a fighting game. There are multiple ways to play the game, from story mode to VSVR to training your own robot to fight you. In story mode, you choose from one of 8 Power Ranger looking robots. Then you get a brief story and you start battling your way to the top. When fighting, you get very few options to attack. The C button kicks and the A button punches. You control a character with the stick rather than the D-pad, which is a pain. B guards and you can use it to power up your character. That's it. When fighting, your character will often be pointing the wrong way due to the shoddy controls. The visuals are blurry at best. The environments are plain and it's hard to make out what the characters actually look like. You can win matches in 3 different ways: knockout, ring out, or time up, in which the player that dealt the most damage wins. After you beat the final boss, it turns into a weird alien looking creature that you must beat to win the game. In VSVR, you choose an opponent to fight. You can also choose if you want walls up or not. Other than that, it's the same as the story mode. The coolest part about the game is Robot, where you can train a robot and have him fight for you. Even with the cool robot mode, Dual Heroes is amongst the worst fighting games on the N64. Dual Heroes is game number 274 for the collection, and it cost me $36 shipped, bringing our total up to $12,758 for the collection. And the next game we have up is NFL Quarterback Club 99. Not another sports game. QB Club 99 was developed by Iguana Entertainment and published by Acclaim. It released for the N64 in 1998. Quarterback Club 99 is the second of 4 Quarterback Club games I've reviewed. The first was NFL Quarterback Club 98. One thing I remember from Quarterback Club 98 is how good the graphics were. NFL Quarterback Club 99 looks even better. Not only does it look better, it plays better too. Unlike the Madden games, Quarterback Club 99 didn't just make improvements from the previous title. They started from scratch and the game runs on a completely different engine. The controls are much tighter and the gameplay is more fun. We still have Quarterback Club 2000 and 2001 to review, but so far Quarterback Club 99 has been the best simulation football game I've played. Of course I enjoy the Blitz games more, but those are arcade style games. With Quarterback Club 99, the gameplay is smooth. I was able to score 3 touchdowns and make 3 field goals in one game, which I haven't done in any other football game. The sound in the game is also excellent. They have good humorous commentary throughout the entire game. If you're a fan of football games, you can't go wrong with NFL Quarterback Club 99. It's an all-around good game. NFL Quarterback Club 99 is game number 275 for the collection, and I found the box and manual Why Game Chasing in the States for $2, and the cart was also $2 as well, for a total of $4. Brings our total up to $12,762 for the collection. Up next we have NFL Quarterback Club 2000. Quarterback Club 2000 was developed and published by Acclaim, releasing for the N64 in 1999. I originally was going to review a different game here, but after Quarterback Club 99, I wanted to see how much better the Quarterback Club series could get. And when I turned on the game, my jaw dropped at how awesome the graphics were. The movements of the players looked incredibly realistic. To be honest, I didn't think the N64 was capable of looking this great. But that's where the good talk stops. This game took a major step back in gameplay. The detail and graphics are so good in the game that it affects the frame rate and makes the game super choppy. The controls are sluggish. I had to hit the Z buttons multiple times to make the pass menu pop out. When you go to pass the ball, it zooms out, making it hard to see who to pass to or if you're about to get tackled. Finally, the AI is ruthless. It was hard to gain any yards, and they cut down on the commentary big time. This game was a big letdown after playing Quarterback Club 99. I would suggest passing on this game. NFL Quarterback Club 2000 is game number 276 for the collection, and it originally cost me $20 shipped because the seller said it was sealed. When I got the game though, I realized the seal was fake and the seller took 50% off. And at $10, that brings our total up to $12,772 for the collection. Up next we have NFL Quarterback Club 2001. Another sports game. Quarterback Club 2001 was developed by High Voltage Software and published by Acclaim. It released for the N64 in 2000. Quarterback Club 01 went downhill even more than Quarterback Club 2000 did. It did improve on some areas, but it downgraded for the most part. First off, the graphics took a nosedive compared to the other Quarterback Club games. The players are blocky, the field looks plain, and the graphics are glitchy all around. The gameplay and controls are better in 2001 than 2000. The AI isn't as tough, and you don't have to hit the Z button to pull up the pass menu. As soon as you hike the ball, the pass buttons are already assigned to players, which is nice. NFL Quarterback Club 99 would have been even better if the controls were set up that way. Now that we've played all the NFL Quarterback Club games, we can draw a conclusion. If you're going to play an NFL Quarterback Club game on the N64, pick up a copy of NFL Quarterback Club 99. NFL Quarterback Club 2001 is game number 277 for the collection, and it cost me $20 shipped, bringing our total up to $12,792 for the collection. Next up, a racing game, World Driver Championship. World Driver was developed by Boss Game Studios and published by Midway. It drove onto store shelves in 1999. World Driver Championship is a simulation racing game for the N64. Turning on the game, you choose from one of 5 cars, each with different classes. For the most part, each car handles the same, but some are a little more sensitive than others. The graphics are a mixed bag. The vehicles look great, but the tracks have blurry scenery. The car's control feels loose. Each turn makes you feel as if the car were slightly floating. The computer in the game seems like it has a one-track mind. If you're driving where the computer's car was programmed to go, it'll push you out of the way. There's also a practice mode. It tells you the speed you should be at for different parts of the track. In all honesty, it's not very beneficial. You can master the game, but it would take a ton of practice. World Driver Championship is an okay game. It's nothing spectacular, but it's not a bad racing game either. World Driver Championship is game number 278 for the collection, and it cost me $20 shipped, bringing our total up to $12,812 for the N64 Complete in Box Quest. Last but not least is a game I bought for the manual, and the only way I could find that manual was a sealed copy, and that game is Deadly Arts. We've already covered this game, so it's not going to go onto the game counter today, but I had to get that manual, and this was the only way to find it. And this cost me $114 shipped, and at $114 that brings our total up to $12,926. And with this being a complete copy, I'm going to take the original one off the price counter, and the original one cost me $39 without the manual, so that brings our total down to $12,887. Let's get these games on the shelf. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to subscribe. I'll be collecting the entire N64 library, complete in box, right here on this show. Also, make sure to leave a thumbs up for 007 The World Is Not Enough. Until next time, I'm Wayne, and thanks for watching.